Ghosted. Chase crept up the wall. The guards didn't know he could scale any brick wall by pressing himself close to the bricks and spreading his weight across his fingers. The thing was, he didn't even need to use his other arm because he could use his chin to press against the sills. It was pokey on his sensitive skin, but it worked. There was a guard up here on the second level. He could push him off, or he could just walk right on past. He passed. Nobody was on his side here. Anybody caught him, he'd be hauled right back to his dad for another beating. This time, he might really kill Chase. Adrenaline from that fear beat his heart hard in his chest. It made him feel hungry and twisted up inside. Something about the horrible ache in his arm was propelling him forward. He didn't want to scream anymore. He'd disappear. No one would hear his soft footfalls in those boots. Not on the gravel, because he wouldn't allow the gravel to turn underfoot. Not on the stairs, because he could spread his weight to the sides. He had a sense for which stairs to step over. He regulated his breathing, slow, even, like sleeping, inaudible even in the still fall night. He walked along the wall. His colors weren't quite right against the darkening sky, but close enough that he wouldn't make a silhouette. The wooden ladder was set on the outside to let people over the barricade quickly if they were fleeing, and they could pull it up after them. That's why it was built so lightly. He climbed down it slowly, making sure the warped corner didn't bump on the way down, and moving gently so the wood didn't creak. When he was down, he was free. He trotted down into the darkness of the downtown bombed towers. It was the purple part of dusk in between the buildings downtown, once skyscrapers, now towers of twisted rebar, chunks of concrete, nested on rubble. Under the rubble were hills of broken glass and nests of rodents. Chase had climbed into an unlocked car and slammed the door. Things went silent, so suddenly. The air was stiff, but the car had been sitting in sunlight most of the day, so it was warmer than outside. His own scream kept dinging around in his head when he closed his eyes, high-pitched and painful to hear. He just wanted to stop hearing it. Every time he focused away from the screams, the pain would rush up his arm and make him groan loudly, clenching his fists, grinding his teeth, curling his toes. Nothing would stop it. Nothing. Meanwhile, hell was a place of burning, getting beaten up every day instead of every couple of weeks. That was what Shorty said. People getting ripped apart. God must hate the smell. In that case, suicide wasn't going to help. But Chase could still get away from Dad, since apparently all he was a disappointment. He never wanted to be part of something again. He leaned back and closed his eyes. No sleep then. He had to survive, so he slowly ate the food he'd brought and went out to find water. The closest tributary was the one that ran down to the marsh that sat southeast of the cult. The cult seemed to be keeping the tributary clean for drinking water, so it would be the best place to get some. Chase plodded up the cement aqueduct that it ran into and kept walking, hoping to get closer to the source. It puddled and spilled over the edge, currently just a streamlet, and clearly muddied. That was unusual, but Chase decided to drink anyway. He was so thirsty. He forgot about checking for sentries as he crossed. He bent forward, cupping his hand under the stream with his thumb and first finger pressed against the algae-slick cement. "Wait," someone said. He froze and looked up. A black kid was holding an open hand, a stop hand, out at him, concerned. Or maybe he was angry. "That's dirty. We're digging upstream." Chase stared, lowering his cupped hand and backing away slowly. The boy had a sheathed Bowie knife, a handgun-sized lumpy pouch, and he was holding a stick pointed down and away in his left hand. "You thirsty?" the boy said. "Sorry," Chase said with a half nod. "I'll leave." "No, it's okay. Come on, have some clean water first," the boy said. He lowered the stick in Chase's direction. Chase flinched at the motion. "Grab on, I'll help you up." Chase stared. "Who are you?" he said. "I'm Blessing. Just ran away from the cult." Blessing still held the stick out to him. "You?" Chase hesitated. Why would you help me?" "I'm a runaway too," Blessing shrugged, still holding the stick out. "Might as well help each other." How did he know he was a runaway? Chase frowned, but he took the stick in his right hand and climbed cautiously up the side of the aqueduct with Blessing's help.